Okay, it's Rion with Self Awakening, and I wanted to talk about this here and introduce you to the larger perspective of what's going on here with the ridiculously photogenic guy. This is a trending, viral kind of phenomenon that's going on. It's this guy right here, this guy, the ridiculously photogenic guy. So he's running a marathon, and he's been turned into a kind of an internet cultural meme, a trend going on here. He runs marathon and wins. Her heart. Picture gets put up as Employee of the Month for a company that he doesn't work for. And so what's really going on here? It's this guy's energy. You just look at him, he stands out, these other people suffering, going through this marathon. Here he's got this ridiculous smile. And so really, it's more than the smile. What's going on here is for him to attract, so everything's energy, and what we're going to talk about here briefly, and I'm going to introduce you to, is charisma, heart, emotional consciousness, the law of attraction. And how is it that this guy has become so famous with this photo in such a short time that millions of people know about this from this single freeze frame? So everything's energy. His energy is captured in this photograph, and it just makes you feel good. You get this warm, fuzzy, buzzy, kind of warm feeling that just feels good. Like when I first saw this, I was like, I couldn't stop like smirking. Then I started laughing about it and stuff. And it just represents and showcases the power of charisma, which is really your conscious energy. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm only my body or my mind. Well, your consciousness is sexual, emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental. So this guy, he's communicating a lot of heart consciousness. If you just feel good because of that, you're starting to resonate with his level of emotional consciousness. If it just lifts you up to feel good, well, he's got some good heart consciousness, which is emotional energy, emotional conscious energy. You could just call that heart. It just makes you feel good. The non-physical energy of a feeling good emotion is universal, and he's not the only guy, by the way. It just kind of stands out. He's in a marathon. There's pictures of me and probably of you even that are just filled with this great energy, and you're just kind of in an egoless state, and you just feel good. A happy state, that's a universal thing. So you can resonate with the feeling and energy, the conscious emotional energy of happiness. So that's why in a freeze frame like this, because everything's energy, the non-physical energy of his emotional state is something you can resonate here. He doesn't have to be there physically for you to pick up on it and start resonating in your emotional energy. So if you want to have more charisma, if you want to attract millions of people to you, it's about communicating in your aura, in your presence, in your charisma. It's communicating the higher levels of emotional and spiritual consciousness where you just feel good in this state and you just communicate it. So it's not about him or his ego. The ridiculously photogenic guy, we could say it's about him or he's separate from me. Well, all of us have this ability to feel good and to connect to higher states of compassion, of love, of spiritual love, of happiness, to feel great and have it beam through us more than just thinking about it. And so you can practically work on your charisma, your energy, to communicate an aura, a vibe that people just resonate with and can't help but feeling good. And that's how you practically attract, and it's in your energy. So the ridiculously photogenic guy has this great energy. He's got this feeling good state, and he's emotional and physical consciousness. Sure, it could be a runner's high, but the real thing is there. It's genuine. It's ridiculous. He just feels great. So his energy, even in a photograph, which is non-physical, these are digitized pixels, the energy's here. So you can start resonating with feeling good, and that can shift your state into one of a higher consciousness where you just feel better. The experience is one where you just feel better. And the more you start doing self-awakening work, Zen meditation, and I wouldn't rely on runner's high, but I mean, that's great for fitness anyways, running. But you can be in states like this and start communicating more connection to feel good energy, and then start attracting potentially millions of people yourself because you're communicating it. You're in the whole concept of charisma, I just call EXO, EXO, because it just represents your level of consciousness, sexually, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and sexually. Did I say sexually twice? I don't know. But however you feel, and then communicating in your personal aura. So like this guy, you can always be attracting because of your energy, your vibe. So it doesn't always have to be logical. When you see this, you start chuckling, laughing, feeling good because he has this heart, this emotional consciousness. And his state physiologically, the mind, the body, his emotional consciousness, he feels good. He's more connected to higher levels of what exists, the higher levels of power. And these other people, they're kind of struggling and so forth, going through that. So he's kind of out of place here. And you can just be like this all the time. He kind of reminds me of a mix between Bill Rancic and Yannick Silver, both of whom I've met. But yeah, he's just got this great vibe. And so you can communicate yourself. So why is he attracting millions of people? Because they feel good. It's hard not to like this guy. Well, you have access to the same non-physical, spiritual, and emotional energy to tap into, to feel this way, and then to communicate it. And now with self-awakening, we can work on that directly. So consciously working on your charisma, your aura, your presence, your communication, we're getting into a new era where we can really work specifically on this. And it's really an exciting thing. So this got more into the energy, and I encourage you to check out Etienne Charland's more spiritual reading of his chakras and look into that as well. But the ridiculously photogenic guy became so popular, so attractive, so fast because it just makes you feel good. It's his energy. So you start feeling that way. It starts resonating with you, and you start getting into his same state, and you start laughing. And we've been doing high level stuff like this for years with self-awakening, with the non-physical energy, sexual, spiritual, emotional, that's in media, including photographs. So I encourage you to check out Self-Awakening, self-awakening.com/members/forum, and you can get involved there. We've got free energy readings. If you want to get your energy read, go ahead and post your photo, and there's different ways we can cover this. If you want to be more attractive, if you want yourself to bring the things into your life and just have them, work on your energy, work on your presence, work on your charisma. Now we can do that specifically. So you just got to love this guy. It's hard not to like him because he's so conscious emotionally, and he's just communicating that feel-good state and vibe. It's the real thing, at least in this moment. But when he's at this level, he's probably more like this all of the time. So I encourage you to just find out more about self-awakening and put yourself up if you want a free energy reading, and we'll try to get to it.